Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. Apologies for having it 15 minutes late today, uh, but from tomorrow again, it'll be back on the same time. So, yesterday we saw as to how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatan Goswami were conversing with each other, and Mahaprabhu discourages Sanatan Goswami because Sanatan Goswami wanted to end his life, and Mahaprabhu tries to inspire him to not do it and reminds him of some of the instructions that he has given in the past in the form of going to Vrindavan, excavating lost places, writing books, building temples, Vaishnava Sadachars, etc. And with this mission, with this instruction, Sanatan Goswami marches ahead in this path of Krishna consciousness. We find Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also had the same challenge when Srila Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj left this world. At that time, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada felt little discouraged. So he was sitting on the banks of Jalangi River and thinking to himself, Ab kya hoga? What will happen next? Because Gurudev has left this world. And generally, it is seen whenever Sri Guru leaves this world, at that time, it's a time of confusion for a disciple because up until that point, he's under the shade of Sri Guru. But now, all of a sudden, Sri Guru is not there physically, at least in this world. So for a disciple, it's even more challenging. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who was already so exalted, he had a time wherein there was a question mark, little discouraging at that time for him. So he was sitting on the banks of Jalangi River, and as he was sitting on the banks of Jalangi River, a page came floating by. A page came floating by, and he picked up that page, and there was a verse written in that. There was a verse written. कृष्ण भक्ति कृष्ण प्रेम सेवा प्रवर्तन लुप्त तीर्थ उद्धार आर वैराग्य शिक्षण कृष्ण भक्ति कृष्ण प्रेम सेवा प्रवर्तन लुप्त तीर्थ उद्धार आर वैराग्य शिक्षण. What are the things? Krishna bhakti, which means signs of Krishna consciousness. Krishna Prem, love unto Krishna. Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem, Seva Pravartan, the art of doing service. Seva क्यों करनी है? Lupta Tirtha Uddhara. Lupta means lost. Lupta Tirtha Uddhara, to excavate lost holy places. And Ara Vairagya Sikshan. Sikshan means to teach, Vairagya means renunciation. So, what is this verse talking about? It was Mahaprabhu's teachings to Sanatan Goswami. When Sanatan Goswami lost hope in life and when he wanted to give up his life, Mahaprabhu told this verse to Sanatan Goswami that Sanatan, you have a higher purpose in life. Don't commit suicide. Sanatan said, what's the higher purpose? Mahaprabhu said, Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem, Seva Pravartan, Lupta Tirtha Uddhara Ara Vairagya Shikshan. Sanatan, this is your aim in life. This is what you have to do. And then Sanatan Goswami marches ahead. So now part two, when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was dejected, when his Gurudev left, this page of paper came floating by. And what was the verse written? It was the same verse written which Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami. So the same verse that gave inspiration to Sanatan Goswami ended up giving inspiration to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. This is a verse from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Srila Saraswati Thakur picked up that verse, gained inspiration, and then continued his preaching of the Krishna consciousness, and then ended up building 64 Gaudiya Much. So we find even in the life of a devotee, there are times when we feel little sad. We may feel little disappointed, and it is okay. It is okay. ऐसा नहीं है कि भक्त माने हमेशा हम no, there will be no disappointment. No, there will be little fluctuations, but the difference is a devotee is someone who will not commit suicide. Why? Because he has the higher intelligence. He has Shastra Chakshu. He has Shastra Gyan. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Sri Guru has imparted Divya Gyan, transcendental knowledge. What is that transcendental knowledge? As to how this human life is the only boat by which he can cross over the ocean and get Krishna. मान लीजिए यदि आपको समुद्र पार करना है और एक ही नाव है, तो बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति क्या करेगा? उस नाव में बैठकर ही विल ट्राई टू क्रॉस ओवर द ओशन। और बेवकूफ वही होगा जो एक नाव है, समुद्र पार करना है, समुद्र में इतने सारे लहरें और तरंग है, और यदि एक ही नाव है, बेवकूफ व्यक्ति वही होगा जो उस नाव को नष्ट कर दे। If you end up breaking that one boat that you have, how will you cross over the ocean? So human body is like the boat. This material world is like an ocean. The waves that you find in the ocean are the Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, happiness and suffering that you find in this world. There's only one way of crossing over, that is the human birth. And the rows that you find, boat, yani there should be rows. The boat will not go all alone. That rows that you find are nothing but the hearing and chanting. So hearing and chanting can be done only if there is boat, right? If boat is there, only then will this rowing make sense. यदि ऐसी जमीन पर बैठ के करते रहे, हम कहीं नहीं जाएंगे. So there has to be human birth in which we can do hearing and chanting, so that we can cross over. So intelligent person is someone who has this divya gyan and puts this into perspective. But a foolish person with just little changes in human life may end up giving up his life. So Mahaprabhu discourages this. Haridas spoke to Sanatan Goswami. No one can find the limit of your good fortune. Lord Chaitanya has accepted your body as his own property. He wants you to write books about the science of bhakti and standardize Vaishnava behavior. Sanatan told Haridas, who is equal to you? You are the most fortunate. Lord Chaitanya's mission to descend is to spread the holy name. Instead of doing it personally, he is doing it through you. So it's very important that Vaishnava behavior um, should be standardized. Devotees means we should be extra careful. When we are wearing tilak, when we are having kanthi, when we are in devotional clothes, and when people connect us and associate us with ISKCON or Srila Prabhupada, it is very important how we carry this movement on our shoulders. If with tilak and kanthi, if we are doing wrong activities, we are breaking regulative principles. So then people will criticize ISKCON. People will end up criticizing Prabhupada. So because of our negligence, why should Srila Prabhupada get her bad name? Srila Prabhupada is slogged so much to preach Krishna consciousness. With our wrongdoings, why should ISKCON get a bad name? So as Vaishnavas, how we deal and how we demonstrate our character is very important. If money is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. And if character is lost, everything is lost. Why? Because money can be made back. पैसा यदि कम भी हो जाए, पैसा बना सकते हैं. ऐसे कई सारे व्यक्ति हम देखते हैं जो पैसे थे पहले, फिर बाद में कुछ उतार चढ़ाव जीवन में आया, पैसा सब चले गए और फिर से पैसा बना लिए. मनी कैन बी मेड बैक. हेल्थ, if you lose health, something is lost. But again, with medical science, etc., you can maybe come back to where you were. But still, it will not be like the way you were hatta kata. Health, if it deteriorates, it can be brought back, but not like the way you were before. Like if a 50-year-old man falls ill, yes, doctors and medical science can get him back to normal, but he will not be like the way he was when he was 25 years old. Right? He will not be because body keeps changing. So when health is lost, something is lost. But when character is lost, हम ना पैसे से उसको तोल सकते हैं. How much ever money you give, that character is gone. Nothing you can do by which the character can be brought back. So for devotees, maintaining Vaishnava character, proper dealing is very, very important. So not just outside of ISKCON circles, inside in our moment also. Not too much intermingling with the opposite gender. Many times we see this that if there are events, any public events, then many of the youth end up intermingling with the opposite gender. I've seen that on so many instances. In India also, in America also, whether it's a Kirtan event or whether there is some other event, it's the pretext of coming to the temple is more intermingling with the opposite gender. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very heavy on this. When we saw as to how Chota Haridas went to the house of Madhavi Devi for little rice, Mahaprabhu rejected him completely. So Mahaprabhu is Namo Mahavadanyaya. He is very merciful, but he has kept some standard. So in the pretext of a Kirtan Mela or Kirtan event or anything like that, if you are going to the temple not to participate in the event, not to take darshan, but to impress the opposite gender and to stand and speak to the opposite gender, then there is um, there's some point where we are missing the purpose. Why? Because as devotees, we have to maintain proper Vaishnava dealings, proper Vaishnava character. If with mridanga and harmonium, if we are um, encouraging Bollywood songs, mridanga is not meant for Bollywood songs. Harmonium is not meant for Bollywood songs. Sripad Aindra Prabhu would be very heavy on this, on 2 points. He would say, first, Kirtan means Kirtan should be free, no money. If someone charges money for Kirtan, they get really sinful reactions. I'm not saying it, Aindra Prabhu would say. And that recording we find it's there online also. Second, a mridanga is only a mridanga when it's used for glorifying Krishna. A harmonium is only a harmonium or a kartal is only a kartal when it's used for glorifying Krishna. वो मृदंग और वो हारमोनियम से यदि हम बॉलीवुड या हॉलीवुड के गाने गाए, what are we showing the outside world as ISKCON devotees? ISKCON devotees means we should have the ability of controlling our senses better than those who are not devotees. Why? Because we have the knowledge of the Gita, we have the knowledge of the Bhagavatam. जब बाहर के लोग देखेंगे, लोग बोलेंगे अरे ये भी हम जैसे ही है, ये भी रेस्टोरेंट में खाते हैं और ये भी कभी कभी थोड़ा बोल दिए तो कभी कभी शराब भी पी लेते हैं, कभी हारमोनियम में बॉलीवुड गाने भी बजा लेते हैं, कभी कभी थिएटर जाके पिक्चर भी देख ले. अरे इस्कॉन वाले तो नाम के लिए भक्ति करते हैं, वो भी हम जैसे ही है. थोड़ा कुछ हरे कृष्ण हरे रामा कर लेते हैं, लेकिन है तो हम जैसे. What have we gained then? Krishna consciousness means change of heart, change of consciousness. We have to be prepared to change. We have to be prepared to change. And only those who are prepared to change can expect Krishna in their life. It's very difficult to get Krishna when we are holding on to material assets and then we are saying, Krishna, I want you also. Krishna will not accept us that way. Only when we are ready to give up our material things that are binding us in this world, and we are ready to accept and embrace Krishna with both hands, only then will Krishna accept us. So something that we are holding on to, we should be able to give up. So many times this is seen, and you would have also seen where mridanga and harmonium kartal is being used for Bollywood songs, and they're publicized on Facebook and Instagram. Hmm. It's very important um, how we put kirtan in the lives of those who are not devotees. Kirtan is the highest form of glorification. It is the Yuga Dharma. And these instruments are Balram ji. यदि कोई मूवी देखने जा रहा है थिएटर में, क्या वो अपने श्री विग्रह को लेके जाएगा? विल ही टेक राधा कृष्ण डेटीज अलोंग विद हिम एंड से हम मूवी देखने जा रहे हैं, हम राधा कृष्ण को लेके जाएंगे, गौर को लेके जाएंगे प्रभु जी? विल वी डू इट? नो. व्हाई? बिकॉज वी आउटराइट अंडरस्टैंड ये गलत है. दिस इज रॉन्ग. Similarly, mridanga and harmonium are balram. How can we use balram for promoting film songs? This is outright wrong. So Krishna consciousness means we understand the basics, which is proper Vaishnava etiquette, Vaishnava dealings. This is what Mahaprabhu tells Sanatan Goswami. Please write these Vaishnava dealings down so that devotees can understand. So how we pick our role model is also very important. बोलना एक चीज है, बट अंग्रेजी में जैसे बोलता है प्रैक्टिस बिफोर यू प्रीच. The person needs to be practicing. One can give a very, very good class, but what's the use if he's giving a class but not practicing? One can sing very nice alaps and nice harmonium and everything, but what's the use if he's um, using that for Bollywood songs and etc. So similarly, it's a generic principle that we practice before we preach, and we pick our role models also in a way wherein whatever they're speaking is what they're practicing. What kirtans they're doing in Kirtan Mela is also what they're doing when there is no Kirtan Mela. If other times that same person is singing um, Shah Rukh Khan and Sonu Nigam songs, etc., on harmonium and mridanga, then this is against what Krishna ISKCON is promoting. So I'm just emphasizing on this point because I've seen not just one video, but many, many videos on this same theme and same topic. Without naming, I am just trying to keep the point presented because Haridas Thakur didn't do this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't do this. Hmm. Can Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not use Mridanga for some other song? He's Bhagavan, he could have done it. But he kept Mridanga and Kartal purely and solely for the pleasure of glorifying Krishna. Kirtan means Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. It is Haritoshanam. Kirtan means it is glorification of Krishna. Instruments means their glorification, used in the glorification for Krishna, not in the glorification of Bollywood songs because they will fetch us more views and more comments and more shares. हम shares and comments and views के पीछे नहीं है. We are behind promoting proper Krishna consciousness. चार व्यू, चार कमेंट, चार शेयर कम भी आ जाए हमें नहीं फर्क पड़ता. But doesn't mean just because a song is popular, a Bollywood song is popular, we are using instruments to promote that so that we can get more views. So proper Vaishnava etiquette is very, very important. How are we presenting Srila Prabhupada? How are we presenting ISKCON? How are we presenting our Gurudev? हम यदि दीक्षा लिए हैं तो हाउ आर वी प्रेजेंटिंग आवर गुरुदेव? बिकॉज लोग फट से बोलेंगे अरे अगर ये व्यक्ति का थोड़ा कैरेक्टर यहाँ वहां है, लोग बोलते अरे शायद सिखाया नहीं है, ये सीखे नहीं है. किनके डिसाइपल है? So it's a big weight that we carry on our shoulders. And as disciples and as being practitioners of this ISKCON movement, um, it is of utmost importance that we make sure that Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON's name is not spoiled because of our negligence. So here Haridas Thakur is again telling Sanatan Goswami that, my dear Sanatan, you have to standardize Vaishnava behavior. अर्थात वैष्णव माने एक बिहेवियर होना चाहिए, सब में वही बिहेवियर होना चाहिए, मेन एंड फीमेल. The dressing and all those things are external, but the internal character should be similar. ना कि बाहर एक हम करते हैं और फिर घर के अंदर एक. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj says this. He says, character is what we do when no one is watching us. Character is what we do when no one is watching us. जब कोई हमें देख नहीं रहा, उस समय हम क्या करते हैं, उसको कैरेक्टर बोलते हैं. So some behave well but do not preach, whereas others preach but do not behave properly. A guru is one who does both simultaneously. A sweet Vaishnava relationship involves mutual appreciation for each other's qualities and activities without envy or pride. One god brother of mine had composed his own song. Up- One god brother of mine had composed his own song, and he went to Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Radha Govinda Maharaj, and he said, Maharaj ji, हम खुद से लिखे हैं. Can you can you check and can you approve? Srila Guru Maharaj saw, and Srila Guru Maharaj said, हमारे वैष्णव आचार्यों ने क्या कमी रखी है कि अब आप लिखने लग गए? Have our Vaishnava acharyas not given something that now you have to write? Has Narottam Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, etc., have they not given enough Vaishnava songs that now you are inspired to write? Srila Guru Maharaj just he tore the paper and said, अवश्य नहीं है. It's not required. जो वैष्णव आचार्यों ने दिया है, जो भक्तिविनोद ठाकुर ने दिया है, जो नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर ने दिया है, जो सरस्वती ठाकुर ने दिया है, जो प्रभुपाद ने दिया है, हम केवल उनका पालन करें, अपने मन से हम कुछ गाने का रचना ना करें. We don't compose own songs and own things unless and until it's a clear instruction of Sri Guru. We don't do it. So nowadays, many we find again this in online that um, people compose their own songs, own rap songs. They put some devotional content in that, and they have their own rap songs. Prabhupada didn't do rap. Saraswati Thakur didn't do rap. When Prabhupada was preaching, he was preaching to the hippies. Hippies were drug addicts. Prabhupada never compromised on the principle. We are not preaching to the hippies. We are not preaching to drug addicts. We are preaching to sane people. So why do we have to compromise the philosophy? When we keep writing rap songs, people may get attracted to the rap, but not necessarily people may get attracted to Krishna consciousness. If यदि वो रैप सुनकर कोई बोले नहीं नहीं हमें भी भक्त बनना है, और भक्त बनने के बाद यदि उसे पता चले कि नहीं अरे भक्त बनने का तो संसारा दावा गाना पड़ता है, गुरु पूजा गाना पड़ता है, मंदिर में तो कुछ रैप चलता ही नहीं है, how much time do you think he would stick in the moment? So if you're sugarcoating and watering down the principle way too much, then it's possible that even after the person becomes a devotee, he may not stick around. वो चला जाएगा. And second, even after he becomes a devotee, what will he preach? He will preach what he has learned. So next, also in the ahead of the sampradaya, he will say, "Oh, my Siksha Guru, he was composing rap songs. I will also compose rap songs." Then the whole ISKCON, every person will compose rap songs, will start composing their own songs, Hindi, English, etc. What will happen to Narottam Das Thakur? What will happen to Bhakti Vinod Thakur? So Sampradaya means we don't have to compose our own thing. We have to just follow as it is what our previous acharyas have given, not composing our own thing. In the name of preaching, oh, the present day is more into hip hop, jazz, all these things. यदि मैं अपना कुछ डिवोशनल कंपोज करूं जैज म्यूजिक लगाऊं हिप हॉप डालूं तो ज्यादा बिकेगा प्रभु जी. हम यहाँ बिकने के लिए नहीं आए हैं. कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस इज नॉट चीप. Gold and diamond is not sold in the streets in India nor in America. You don't find street vendors. It's sold in proper shops. You have to go to the shop, have the ability, have the cash in your pocket to buy that gold or diamond. गोल्ड या डायमंड का प्राइस जो है वो घटता नहीं है. We have to raise ourselves to buy it. Krishna consciousness is like that gold. We don't have to reduce the price of the gold. We have to increase our level so that we can purchase Krishna consciousness in our life. Not that we water it down and present it like, oh अरे प्रभु जी हिप हॉप है, ये जैज है, ये रैप सॉन्ग है, प्रभु जी सब डिवोशनली अंदर पूरा लिरिक्स देखिए प्रभु जी सब डिवोशनली है. How much will we water down? And what will happen to the next generation? Another 50, 100 years from now. यदि हम नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर और भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर के जो गाने हैं यदि हम ये भूल जाए and we start composing our own songs, what will happen to the next generation? They would have seen only this. They would have forgotten Gauranga Bolite Habe. They would have forgotten Ohe Vaishnava Thakura. They will forget all these songs and they will start writing their own songs. They will use their harmonium mridanga for Bollywood songs, Hollywood songs. Where will the Sampradaya go then? So Vaishnava character, Vaishnava dealings is very, very important. Look at Prabhupada. So perfect in this character. Never watered down any principle, even when he was preaching to the hippies. He didn't go down, he brought the hippies up. That is the Krishna conscious movement. We don't water it down. Krishna consciousness has that strength wherein we can pull people out from the gutter. Not that we ourselves jump into the gutter. We have to pull people up. And Krishna consciousness, Krishna Bhavanamrit mein wo shakti hai. So we don't water down principles in Krishna consciousness in preaching. So Mahaprabhu is hammering this point to Sanatan Goswami. Establish Vaishnava etiquette. Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem, Seva Pravartan, Lupta Tirtha Uddhara Ara Vairagya Sikshan. Do the Sikshan. Teach them about these basic principles. A sweet Vaishnava relationship involves mutual appreciation for each other's qualities and activities without envy or pride. So, with this, I will stop here today because we started a little late. So, I will stop here. But with this takeaway, principle that we explicitly spoke about, which is Vaishnava dealings and Vaishnava character. Just like it is not encouraged to take the deity inside a movie theater, similarly, it is absolutely wrong to use devotional instruments like Mridanga Kartal harmonium for Bollywood songs or end up writing own songs, own rap music, etc. Unless and until, disclaimer, unless and until you have a direct, clear cut instruction from your Guru Dev that you can write your own song for some preaching. But if you have no instruction of any superior, let's not do something that the previous acharyas have not done in the past. Any Vaishnava dealings that we have, let it be guided by the principle of Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava. Whatever they have taught us, Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas, whatever they have taught us, let our life be um, a guiding light of the principle of what these personalities have taught us. Why? Because we are representing our Guru, we are representing ISKCON, and we are representing Srila Prabhupada. So let every step be such that when people see us, they start appreciating ISKCON. Are ISKCON wale hai, very good. They should be appreciating us, not wherein they say, अरे ISKCON वाले ये भी हम जैसे ये थोड़ा कुछ हरे कृष्ण हरे रामा कर लेते, थोड़ा कुछ टीका कंठी माला लगा लेते हैं, थोड़ा कुछ माला करते हैं, लेकिन है तो हम जैसे ही. This should not happen. They should feel that these people are clearly different, wherein by the power of bhakti, they've had the ability to go past or give up things that we are finding difficult. और भक्ति में वो शक्ति है wherein we can give up tea coffee, we can give up onion garlic, we can give up meat, we can follow regulative principles. Bhakti has that ability. Let's show the people around that this is not my ability, this is Krishna Shakti. When we practice Krishna consciousness, Krishna is infusing his Shakti on us, because of which we are able to go past the temptations which otherwise feels difficult. And let's not be here to impress others, because no one in this world will ever be impressed by us. हम जितना भी प्रयास करें, कुछ लोग होंगे ऐसे जो ताना मारेंगे, जो हमसे खुश नहीं रहेंगे. Let our agenda be to please Krishna. If Krishna is pleased, then everyone will be pleased. But if we end up trying to please one person, then another person will not be happy. So let Krishna be our focus. Every activity that we do, let's think, wait a minute. Will Krishna be happy with this? Will my Gurudev be happy? If the answer is going to be a no, let's not do it. If the answer is yes, Gurudev will be happy, Krishna will be happy, then let's do it. Any activity. So this can be a thumb rule. Any activity we do, whether watching movies, hearing Bollywood songs, um, anything. If my Gurudev is sitting here, क्या हम मूवी थिएटर जाकर देखेंगे? क्या हम पिक्चर देखेंगे गुरुदेव के सामने? नहीं देखेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि पता है गलत है, कुछ तो गलत है. सो परमात्मा गिव्स अस गाइडेंस एज टू व्हाट वी हैव टू डू at what time, whether this is right or whether this is not. Let's take the guidance of Paramatma, and always let's think, if my Gurudev is here at this point, will I speak like this? Will I do like this? If the answer is yes, then good. If the answer is going to be no, let's not do that activity. Hmm. Having said this, we stop here with some food for soul. That is Vaishnava dealings and Vaishnava character. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Gaura Premanande.